Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here's Johnson. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. These two teams, they met up in the opener a season ago in Detroit, and it was the Lions who came out on top 35-23. Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdown passes in that game, 2 to rookie Kenny Galladay. Second down. Here's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
They'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sylvester Williams continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Third and long here for Rosen. And he's going to go down again. Sylvester Williams in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Lions will take over. So out now come the Lions. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's caught. Jones. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Again, it's Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford stays on his feet. Now he's flushed out right. And this is caught at the end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2.
Here we go. Set, waiting.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Buying time to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Gone! Detroit!
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 14-0. With it on the return is Logan. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And here a juke. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production, or do you continue to stay with him this way?
He'll get this one to Galladay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. With it on the return is Logan. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Gone!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. He's going to go up top again. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen escaping the pressure right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. Touchdown, Cardinals. Josh Gordon, 82 yards. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
I mean, it becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. Shelling through the defense. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit!
Now a handoff. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now it's Stafford. A left side completion to Jones. Dodges him at the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. To the air again, Stafford. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now Rosen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from the desert after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Rosen on 1st and 10. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Rosen on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 32 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting him off. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Now Dawson for the extra point. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Sliding out of the pocket. Caught right side, Tate. And all the way down to the 29. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down at Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run again with Blount. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Blunt. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, tag 50 left.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. From left side, taken in by Galladay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line. Made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
to win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
To throw is Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
He finds an opening past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, takes 2. 2 of those 3. 2. 4 there. You ready? You waiting?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And Tate's got it. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Stafford. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point try now for Dawson. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Play action, Stafford. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they turn the ball. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Wilson has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Action set, ready? Set, 180.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Third and long here for Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the end zone, Stafford. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted first and goal at the 5-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, here's Agnew. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. All right, now look at 56.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen going for the deep ball. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Golden Tate with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Prater on to add the extra point. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit! Gone!
On 2nd down, Rosen. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Gone!
Now it's Rosen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Rosen to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. Now Rosen looking to throw. Being chased out left. Caught by Nelson left side. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rosen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Here's Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Rosen on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Nelson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Clock now under 30 ticks and running.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Cardinals on third down,
All right, now,
lacking much
56.
success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Set. 260.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. To return, here's Agnew. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Following the penalty, it's Johnson looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Johnson, he's been busy this afternoon. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And Dawson's kick is good. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint in